François Cyril Vanier is in Antananarivo, Madagascar's capital. He now joins us live. Cyril, can we say tonight that Ange Radzawel is Madagascar's new strongman?
He is certainly Madagascar's new strongman. There is no doubt about that. He has had the full backing of the army for well over a week now. In fact, it was the army deciding to mutiny just over a week ago that really switched the balance of power in his favor. And since then, the army has protected Ange Radzawel. The army has not stood in his way when he sent some of his men to occupy government buildings. The army has taken by force presidential offices for him to occupy, and the army has even driven him to these offices for him to be proclaimed president. So given that Marc Ravalomanana has now resigned, it's quite clear that, yes, Ange Radzawel, the 34-year-old former DJ, is now the strongman of Madagascar.
Now, as you just said, Cyril, Ange Radzawel is 34 years old, very young. How's this appointment going to play out with the Madagascan constitution, which states that the president should be at least 40 years old?
Yes, the Constitution says that you have to be 40 years old to be elected president, but the opposition leader, Ange Radzawel, got around that point very easily because he's becoming president without being elected. You see, when Marc Ravalomanana stepped down, he transferred the power by decree to the army. The army then transferred that power by another decree, and this happened just over an hour ago, to Ange Radzawel. So in other words, he got around the legal impediments in the Constitution by not being elected. But be that as it may, the constitutional dimension to this problem is almost a detail, because the opposition's strategy since the beginning of this crisis has been to take power inch by inch, and they've always been saying that it will only be once they're in power that they will change the Constitution after the events to make the situation legal.
Cyril, what's the word on Marc Ravalomanana's whereabouts at this time?
Well, what we know for sure is that he is no longer in his presidential palace. I was told personally by some people leaving the palace that he had left in the middle of the afternoon. We also know that he has not used one of his two planes to fly out of the island. Rumors spread very fast that he was being protected by a foreign embassy. The U.S. embassy was fingered. We contacted them. They categorically deny that he is being protected in any one of their official residences. What's for sure, however, is that even if it seems Marc Ravalomanana has not left the country, he will be in hiding, given that the opposition leader, who now controls the island, has called for the army to execute an arrest warrant on him.
All right, Cyril Vanier reporting live from Antananarivo, Madagascar's capital, where in a dramatic move, the military has formally endorsed Ange Radzawel, the opposition leader, as president of a transition authority. This hours after the forced resignation of Marc Ravalomanana, Madagascar's beleaguered president.